At Boise State Public Radio, we understand that not everyone is able to give financially. Did you know there are other ways you can give? We are looking for new volunteers to add to our ranks and have a variety of opportunities.
Who wants to volunteer?
If you're interested in a hands-on volunteer experience, visit our website under the Support tab to find out more at boisestatepublicradio.org.
Thank you to all the staff and volunteers who are part of Boise State Public Radio.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector, Idaho Daily News. Good morning, I'm Lauren Patterson. It's Monday, July 27th. Today we have news on smaller yields for winter crops, an increase on a fee for Idaho landowners, and how the viral video of a grandpa getting tossed by a bison is helping doctors navigate his injuries. The conflict between Iran and the United States is impacting the price of oil. Reporter Chantal Ramirez Sanchez spoke with AAA to find out why Idaho drivers are paying more for fuel.
Idaho now ranks 12th in the nation for the most expensive gasoline prices.
There's nothing that tells us that gas prices are going to drop anytime soon.
That's AAA's Matthew Condi. He says international politics are affecting fuel prices, but some regions are paying more than others.
As a general rule, the western states are going to be more expensive. A lot of that has to do with just the width of the distribution network. So you have just simply a longer path for delivery.
As tensions in the Middle East continue, oil prices will stay volatile.
The Houthis in Yemen trying to block Saudi Arabian shipments, those things can affect supply. And to the extent that the market fears that supplies will be constrained in some way, prices may go up.
Average gas prices in Idaho are now 75 cents higher than last year.
Crude oil cost, that affects, about 50% of the price of finished gasoline is determined by that.
Condi says people can reduce their fuel costs.
Think like a delivery driver. Try to bundle your trips as best you can.
He says to avoid driving during peak hours where stop-and-go traffic decreases efficiency, and to consider fuel reward programs. Chantal Ramirez Sanchez, Boise State Public Radio News.
A video of a bison in Yellowstone National Park tossing a tourist 8 feet into the air went viral earlier this month. Now it's helping doctors identify the man's injuries. For the Mountain West News Bureau, Teal Davis has more.
Grandfather Carl McDaniel is airborne and spinning after being struck by a bison in the video. Moments before being hit, McDaniel directed his 13-year-old grandson to run in the opposite direction. The grandfather dodged the bison several times by weaving through nearby trees. Montana photographer Mike McLeod filmed the encounter. He says the pair were about 120 yards from the animal. The National Park Service recommends visitors maintain a minimum of 25 yards from bison.
He was trying to do the right thing, and it was very important to him.
McLeod says doctors used the video to help identify potential injuries and how McDaniel landed. The footage also reassured McDaniel, despite the poor outcome, he acted appropriately during the encounter. The grandfather is now recovering from 4 breaks in his femur in a Montana hospital. I'm Teal Davis.
Idaho officials have postponed a fee increase that would help the state fund its wildfire protection programs. Private forest landowners pay a forest protection assessment, $15 if they own 25 acres or fewer, or a flat $40 if their land contains a home. State Forester Julia Loke says the Department of Lands proposes to increase that fee to $90. The goal is to fully fund the costs of these programs.
These parcels are typically present the greatest suppression complexity and require additional firefighting resources to respond to incidents, protect lives and property, and suppress the fires.
Loke presented her case recently to the Idaho Board of Land Commissioners. The board said it needs more time to consider the fee increase and postponed a vote until its August meeting. Idaho's warm and dry winter has caused severe damage to grain crops in eastern and southern Idaho. Julie Liquetta has more on the impact of climate change on local agriculture.
Juliet Marshall is a cereal, wheat, and barley pathologist at the University of Idaho. She says this latest growing season has been unique from start to finish, with some growers suffering, quote, devastating losses.
Because we have much more longer falls due to climate issues, we are seeing more active insects, higher rates of transmission of viruses, and more water usage by the crop during the winter. So the drought stress is increasing on the winter crop.
This means producers are seeing smaller yields of plants that are shorter, stressed, and more prone to disease. Warmer temperatures also caused crops to be ahead of schedule when freezing temperatures hit Idaho in April.
I don't know if this is the new normal, but it is going to be more frequent in occurrence because we have longer growing seasons by weeks.
The Magic Valley saw the biggest losses. Marshall says long-term, this could impact the quality and cost of Idaho grains.
My concern is that a lot of our producers are going to have a lot more difficult time making ends meet economically.
Despite some frost damage, Marshall says the spring grain crops are looking much better, and she does not anticipate yield losses. Julie Luqueta, Boise State Public Radio News.
And that's today's episode of The Connector. I'm Lauren Patterson. Did you know you can listen to The Connector on YouTube? Find us there. In the meantime, have a great rest of your day.
Each story you hear on Planet Money starts with a question. What happens if we refund tariffs? Why are groceries so expensive? At NPR, we stand for your right to be curious because the forces shaping our world can be hard to see. Follow NPR's Planet Money wherever you get your podcasts and start seeing how the economy really works.